Welcome to The Stone Report, a time of ministry, news, updates, and exciting information just for you. Now, here is Perry Stone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Stone Report. Stay with me. We got something to share with you. We're excited about what God is doing. This is a brand new year, and we want to thank you for keeping up with us on Facebook. We've been doing some videos on a consistent basis on Facebook, 102,000 people keeping up with us that way. Thank you for checking out perrystone.org, ociministries.org. Thank many of you, 500 of you that have joined our prayer firehouses on Thursday night. We've got some great things coming up. First of all, let me say to you that if you have a youth group, or if you just want to come, because our OCI family is coming. We've got people ages 15, actually age 8, all the way to 80 years of age. That's going to be at our first Reformation weekend, January 17th, 18th, and 19th. Let me tell you about this real quick, because we're going to have a Friday service, all-day Saturday service, and then we're coming back with an 11 o'clock Heaven on Earth Praise and Worship with Jake Hamilton and Eddie James. It's just worship. There's no teaching, no preaching. It's just worship and music. And Sunday night at 5 o'clock, we're going to have a great camp meeting service. So look, mark your calendar. It's going to be worth your while to take time to join me right here at OCI, Cleveland, Tennessee. Now, we need you to go online. There's no fee to attend, but go online and register at ociministries.org so that we'll know you're coming. Tell us how many are coming with you, because we've got to determine whether we use a small auditorium, which holds about 800, or we go to the big auditorium. And I don't want to wait till the last minute and say, oh my goodness, we got so many people coming, we got to switch auditoriums, because we have to set up the taping and all that kind of thing as well. Let me just also mention to you, before I show you some things that are very, very significant, that we're going to be coming to City Life Church in Tampa, Florida, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, January 24th to the 26th. There's a Saturday morning service at that time. We're going to be coming to Metro Church of God, Birmingham, Alabama, and that'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's a 10 o'clock, 6 o'clock service at that time. In fact, there's 2 services on Saturday at most all of our conferences that we come to. And then we're going to be coming, of course, to Free Chapel, Orange County, and Irvine, California. Fridays, both 2 services Saturday, and we're going to actually have 3 on Sunday. And that's Jensen Franklin's church there at Free Chapel Worship Center, Orange County. And then Abba's house, Wednesday, March the 5th, 1 service only. And then I want you to make plans to come to First Assembly of God in Griffin, Georgia on Wednesday through Sunday, March 19th to 23rd. Now, one of the big things that's getting ready to happen is Warrior Fest. There'll be some ads about that. I don't want to get into a lot of detail about that right now, because we got so much stuff coming up before then. But also the International Prophecy Conference. Now, everybody listen to me. If you love prophecy, I got a lot of people that keep up with prophecy. Make your plans to come in April right here to Cleveland to OCI, because Jonathan Cahn, is the author of The Harbinger, is going to open up the conference Thursday night. Bill Cloud, Donald Perkins, myself, and Brother Mark Casta, who always has a now word from God for people, going to be there. Now, here's what's going to happen. We're going to have, and I don't want anybody to misinterpret this, because people get stuff on the end. Oh, God, did you hear they had a lockdown at OCI? No, listen to what I'm going to say. We're going to have a 2-hour time where we're going to have a lockdown, where nobody is going to be able to come into the building or go out of the building, because we're going to, it's not going to be taped. All cell phones have to be cut off and put in your purse. It is inside information only for the people that are there. That's going to be at the Prophecy Conference. It won't be aired on TV. It won't be talked about, and it will not be taped. And when I say lockdown, I mean that we're not going to let people come in and just wander around. We're not going to let anybody except the people that are at the conference be a part of this. And so that's one of the things that's got planned at the International Prophecy Conference in April. Don't miss it. And anything, if you go to the website at perrystone.org, all of our itinerary is here. Hotel listings are there. You can start booking your hotel all the way up to the main event next year in October. So the conferences that you know you're going to come to, go ahead and start booking the rooms right now. We want you to book them in advance, because the early bird gets the hotel room here in Cleveland, Tennessee. So that's some great things that's getting ready to happen. We're going to show you the ad for the Warrior Fest at the end. Now, let me talk to you for a moment about, first let's talk about this. This is the book I've been telling you about for 2 years. This is the time to print it. It's 117 pages. It's like a 16-chapter devotional. Can we get a close-up of this? I want to show you this cover. Dancing with Snowmen. Now, I love the cover. I wanted an animated cover. I wanted something that looked very different. That is Pam throwing a snowball at me. And you say, what on earth is that about? I want you to read it. I'm not going to tell you the chapter headings. I'm not going to tell you the chapter titles. This is what a child can teach you about faith. 3 hours nonstop, as fast as my hand could write. I got a download from the Lord, after I heard this title early one morning. I think it was a Labor Day about 2 years ago, or a little bit longer, perhaps. And we finally finished the book. I put it on the back burner, but this is it's inspirational. It's one of the most different. It is the most different book I've ever written. But anyway, you can get this book. Now, we're going to be on Christmas break. Our staff is going to be on break, but toward the end of December, we're going to have it on the internet. But here's a suggestion for you. We're going to have a manifest offer in about just a couple weeks, and we're going to have this book, a DVD called Jewels in the Devil's Pawn Shop, and a CD from Cartersville that's called a Pre-Tribulation Update. All of that will be for $30. That's going to be the best offer. So if you want to wait till the manifest offer comes out on the internet, you're going to get more for your donation. But if you want to just get the book by itself, it is going to be available. Now, I'm going to say something to you. I do not write this book just for it to sit on a shelf. This takes me months, weeks at times, study, blood, sweat, and tears, if I can say it that way, every time we put out a book. I want you to get it. This is not available on any other source except through the ministry. You can't go to Amazon, Walmart, or anywhere else and get this book. You got to get it through the ministry. I'll make that clear. Anyway, so also, if you did not get Pam's book, Living with a Man in Two Worlds, we do have some of these still available. She's getting a ton of comments on this. And this is Pam's story from her perspective of ministry. She does have a number of stories in there I've never told publicly, and she's never told public. Some of them honestly surprised me. And one of the things we're really getting a lot of comments on from mothers and dads that have children with autism, they have said, one lady said, "You helped my son because he has Asperger autism period. When you wrote your story, my son just started blossoming. He just come up like a flower and started blossoming. His whole life has changed because he realized that God can touch Perry Stone, Mama, God can touch me." So my wife talks about that. It's not a high level, but there's times I just go into a shutdown. Sometimes I want to be by myself. I don't want to talk to people. And that was always something that we never understood until we did a little bit of testing on me. And also, she put a lot of pictures in here. She picked these out herself. There's a ton of pictures in this book as well. If you don't have that, if you don't have the Judas Goat, our offer has concluded on Manifest, but you can still get the Judas Goat book through the ministry. And also, a lot of people like to just listen to it while they're going to work. So there's your audio CDs. You can order those from the ministry as well. Now, the offer that we've been making available recently, let me just talk about this for a moment. Bear with me, is what we call the Main Event CD and DVD albums. Now, on the Manifest telecast, you get 21 minutes of a message that is probably about 70 to 72 minutes long. And I want to suggest, if you can, to get the DVDs. Now, let me tell you something. I sit down and I select the 21 minutes out of that message that I want to be aired on TV. We went to the prophecy message, which we've always aired in the past, and I said to Charlie, we are not putting that on TV. Lord, you talk about people complaining or being upset with some of the stuff I said, and really, as I'm preaching that on Saturday night, I just start, kind of getting a download and talking about some things that I felt was very important. So you'll not see the prophecy update on the Manifest telecast, and really it's for reasons that we just knew it would stir up too many devils. And someone says, well, you should do that anyway. No, you got to use wisdom. Sometimes when you preach, it's for the people that's there or that are going to hear it, who understand your ministry and know your heart, versus putting it out in the public where people don't even know who you are, and just all they're going to do is complain about it. But anyway, we do have that message in this series. There's 9 messages, 9 DVDs as well. May I suggest for you to get these? They're only available for a limited time, and we'll be coming in a couple weeks to the conclusion of that time when they're actually made available through the telecast. So that's there. Don't Awaken Love Before the Time. Also, the Bloodline of the Beast. Both of these were taught at OCI. Bloodline of the Beast was a very, very detailed. That was one of those. I have a lot of people that don't understand prophecy at our OCI ministry. They're new converts in the Lord, and everybody told me this is the first time I understand what's about to happen, the Antichrist and all that system and how it's going to work and why everything's happening the way it did. I used a board on this, a whiteboard, marker board. Felt like Glenn Beck there. Glenn used to like his marker board. But get this if you don't have it, and also the other. Couple things real quick. Let me just show you this. The alignment of the devil's triangle, the perception, deception. By the way, that was taught at the prophecy conference, and I just picked that out and said, that needs to be made available to the general public. Blood moon over the land of Ishmael. Now, this one was our most popular in the history of the ministry. The Cherokee Indian and the link to the end time outpouring. If you did not see this on DVD from Hickson, Tennessee, and you've got Cherokee blood in you, We never got more comments in the history of the ministry than we did with this. Now, by the way, in this album here on the main event, Living with a Four-Faced Christian, What a Cherub Can Teach You About Walking with God, was probably outside the Cherokee Link the most requested message in the history. I mean, I couldn't believe it. People went on and on and on and on. They don't normally do that. You know, you say, oh, that message blessed me, but they went on and on about that. And a lot of people have asked me about blood moons, prodigies and cosmic harbingers that reveal the time of the end. Be sure and get that. Now, a couple more things real quick. The prayer at the barn, please log in. We actually see the numbers of people logging in on Thursday. Log in Thursday at 8 o'clock on the website, OCI Ministries, or you can go to perrystone.org. We'll tell you how to do it. The prayer barn on Thursday night, the live prayer. We get your requests. We print them out. We read them. Somebody stands at a desk and prays for you. And we're seeing people healed of cancer according to the reports we're getting back. A lot of other things taking place, so please do that. And again, Warrior Fest is going to be our great big youth conference. Now, one of the things we decided to do, we're going to foot the bill for the whole conference. I mean, we don't have a registration fee. You know, I've never charged for any of my meetings, and I feel kind of funny doing that, even though there's a lot of expense to some of these meetings when you're bringing in people. And there, you know, with Eddie James Group, for example, there's sometimes 30 hotel rooms that we have to get for the entire conference. A lot of expense with it, and plus the honorariums you want to give the guest speakers and things like that. But I will tell you this, please, if you have a youth group, this is going to be a great meeting. We're going to have God Has Talent between 2 to 4 o'clock on Saturday. Going to be awarding first, second, third place prizes. We got Damon Thompson, Eddie James, Jake Hamilton coming, First Hearts Praise and Worship Band, and also we're giving away a car. The car is going to be valued between $10,000 to $12,000, so it's not some piece of junk that we went down here to, you know, some junkyard and got. And everybody that attends, if you're over 18, you'll be given one card to register, to fill out. And then if you're under 18, I believe it is, your parents, if your parents come, they can register for each child in the family. And so we're going to monitor that very carefully. You'll have to drive the car home. We're not going to drive it home for you. You'll have to pay any kind of tax that comes with that. So there's little stipulations on getting it, you know. That's not us, it's the state of Tennessee. But we're going to have a drawing on Saturday night at the end of the service. You have to be there. If we pull your name and you're not in the building, we go to the next person who's in the building. So everybody needs to come and attend because we're expecting about 2,000 to 2,500 youth, and so that means you got a 1 in 2,500 chance of leaving with a car. So hope you'll come, not because of the car. That's just a lot of fun. That's something we want to do that's just fun, something different. I don't know if anybody's ever done that before. I like to do stuff people have never done before. You know what I'm saying? So that's Warrior Fest in March. So Partners of a Ministry, don't forget that Partners Conference is coming up. We're going to have a Partners Conference that's going to be coming up in the month of June. Also, don't forget the main event and Pam's Fall Festival. Whoa, wasn't that so much fun this year? And let me conclude by saying this to you, that we need support to continue on the air. When you purchase the material through our ministry, it is a great blessing. That's how we keep on the air. If people quit supporting the ministry or they quit purchasing the product, well, we just go off the air. We just make cuts. And I'm willing to do that if that comes to that. But hopefully a lot of you will continue to stand with us through prayers and support. The other thing I want to share with you in closing is Facebook. Oh, what a hoot. Every week we're having to take somebody off of Facebook that's posing as Perry Stone. Let me just say to you, when you see these websites, they have 30, 50, 100, 150 people. They are not me. Number one, we don't go to you and say to befriend you. We let people come to our site, okay? We don't do that. Number two, we don't say like, oh, we're building an orphanage in Africa and we're building this and right. No, listen, why would I go on Facebook and tell you to write Chicago and send money to Chicago? Use your head, folks. These are fakers. These are demons and devils, evil spirits, people that need some common sense knocked to them. And so I'm very upset at people who have faked like they're somebody else, but we've had people that have fallen for that. Do not fall for that, okay? Our Facebook page, Perry Stone Ministries, there's only one, and I don't have 3 or 4 different ones, and has over 100,000 people. That's the real one, okay? Any contact with ministry or donations comes to Voice of Evangelism here in Cleveland, Tennessee. You've got the number, you've got our address, our post office box, and that's who you contact when you want to support the ministry, okay? I want to let you know that because I'm telling you what, it's weird out there. There's some weird people in the world. And some of you know them because they're related to you. I'm just kidding. But anyway, no, I'm not really. I'm serious. But anyway, thank you for joining me on the Stone Report. And hope you'll be able to join us. I've got some new books coming out that we've worked very hard on. A prophecy book coming out in probably February, March. Another book on spiritual warfare coming out in probably March, April. So we spend hours, days, weeks writing these books, digging, praying, getting revelation from God. Take advantage of it and support the ministry when you can by getting the material, okay? Thank you, and we'll be back next month with another Stone Report.